That guy was a freshie, otherwise known as a Johnny. They called freshwater crocodile because they live in the fresh water, exclusively in the fresh water. They can't live in the salt water like a saltwater croc. They haven't evolved the gland on their tongue to excrete the salt, so yeah, he's always in the fresh water. They coexist, however, with the saltwater crocodiles, but they're nowhere as big, as powerful, or as dangerous. So they only reach about 3 meters. They got the long skinny snout with the really sharp needly teeth, like for catching fish mainly. Yeah, so he'll live up in here with the salties, but they wouldn't tolerate him too close, so they'd have to be on their game, those littler fellas, because the salties would certainly take care of him if they got in their way. So all the best to him. So crocs are reptiles, and like all reptiles, they're cold-blooded, so they can't heat their own body. They need an external source, hence the sun. So without the sun to heat their body, they die. They wouldn't be able to digest their food, and they die of starvation. So sometimes you see them on the bank with their mouth agape. They believe that's to stop their brain overheating. They can't sweat, so the act of evaporation cools their head down while the rest of the body can absorb the heat. crocodile has been around for roughly 200 million years, unchanged. Mother Nature created a masterpiece when she made them. The shape has virtually gone unchanged for 200 million years. They're just a perfectly designed killing machine. The names, don't be deceived by the name saltwater crocodile either. They're called the saltwater crocodile because they can live in the saltwater, not because they have to. So Australia has two species of crocodile, the saltwater crocodile and the freshwater crocodile. The saltwater crocodile has evolved a gland on its tongue which allows it to excrete the salt so it can live up in the salt water, whereas the freshwater croc, or otherwise known as the Johnny Johnston croc, he can't. He's got to live in the freshwater. Another interesting fact about these saltwater crocs, they've evolved a dome pressure system on their skin. So it's a series of domes. There's about 9,000 domes all over their skin, which allows them to detect pressure differences in pressure, so they can detect like a drop of water. So they don't actually need to see you to be able to pinpoint where you are. So it can be turbid water, muddy. With that, using that pressure system, they know exactly where you are, where their prey is, and they sneak up on them and can strike. This time of year is mating season, so the crocs will fight over the females. Another thing, interesting fact about them, is they've developed over the years, because they'll obviously fight for females. So if one tears another one's limb off or bites half his tail off or whatever, they can shut the blood supply down to that area so they don't bleed out and bleed to death. Yeah, pretty cool. Here goes the little Johnny freshwater crocodile. He wasn't a bad sized fella. Wow, look at this. The remains of a croc egg. Something's made a meal of it. Probably a goanna or a pig has found a nest here somewhere, tore it up and made a meal of the eggs. Here's an old croc nest here. Hasn't been used recently, but she's an old one. There's a few beauties here, all together out here in this one spot. I'll see if I can get down and get a bit closer. Wow, there was 4 good sized ones there, one really big boy. He would have been 4 to 5 metres. So the Asian water buffalo was introduced into Australia in the 1830s. There was 67 animals brought into Port Essington out on the Coburg Peninsula in Arnhem Land to a military outpost. There was 67 animals, and when that was, they used them as beasts of burden and for meat as well. And when the post was abandoned, they released the animals into the wild, and from there their numbers have just exploded exponentially. There's hundreds of thousands of them now. There's ongoing operations to reduce the numbers, like aerial shooting and mustering, but drops the population a bit, but really it's futile. It's such a large area up here, such a vast area, they can't get them all. It's not the buffalo's fault, humans brought them here, but regardless they do a lot of damage. They upset breeding patterns of certain animals, and magpie geese and other birds, and crocodiles. They spread disease. They cause swim channels, which allows salt water to flow into freshwater areas, which you can imagine is detrimental to that system. So, yeah, as beautiful as they are, like they're actually the face of the Northern Territory up here, along with the saltwater crocodile, but yeah, they don't belong here and they do a lot of damage. The beautiful part about doing this and exploring out in the bush, for me, it's the mystery of it, the unknown, not knowing what you might see. You could walk for a couple of hours and not see much at all except the beautiful scenery. And other times you might come out, you could see a snake, you could see a buffalo, a beautiful bird, beautiful trees and beautiful scenery, landscape, crocodile or buffalo. You just never know. And that aspect of doing this is what really draws me into this. to the car now. Come a fair way up. That's a fair hike back to it. I've seen what I came to see. We've had sun, we've had rain, we've had all the animals, the crocs, the buffalo, the birds, the beautiful landscape. So hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed making it. Give me a like if you can. Subscribe would be even better, and thanks very much, and see you on the next one. Hooroo.